Hey everybody, welcome back. So, I've been playing Halo Campaign Evolved, and as you can see here, this is on mission number 2, Halo, and you could just look at that gorgeous skybox behind me, because like I will say that the visuals of this game are pretty beautiful. Like I'd argue this is what Halo Infinite should have looked like. So because what's funny is because they were debating switching to Unreal even before we got Halo Infinite, was what we know it as today. So how do I feel about this remake just based on what I played so far? I put about give or take 13 hours into it. I'm still not fully done yet. I still got like 5 missions left in the main campaign. I finished the prequel campaigns, then after I'm done, I'm gonna have to go back and get all the collectibles and everything, then try out campaign remix before I give out a full review. So, how do I feel about the gameplay itself? Well, I'm happy to report it truly feels like Halo, like it truly does. Which makes sense because they're using the Reach version of Blam. Like you could kind of tell it was just by the jumping. Like it feels heavier than in regular Combat Evolved, so you could kind of tell the difference. I will say this though. I'm starting to like this remake a hell of a lot more than I did Combat Evolved Anniversary because, like that remaster was a major downgrade from the original. So this remake, I still think is not as good as the original, but it's a major upgrade from Combat Evolved Anniversary. I will say this in all areas. So I have now. Oh, but before I can go more in depth with my impressions, I gotta say this: the launch was of early access was a major disaster on all accounts. Like on Xbox, like you couldn't even really play it for some reason. Like there was a kind of botch launch where it launched like a day earlier, and like where for like a whole hour people were able to play the game before they locked it, and apparently they banned people who were playing it online. Online they were signed in online on their Xbox accounts, and they're while playing the game, so it was a whole mess. It was a giant mess, and apparently on Steam when you were launching the game once early access actually launched, like it was opening the art book and not the actual game. So, but I heard they quickly finished it. So, because I didn't have that problem at all when eventually fully downloaded the game and actually launched it for the first time. So, who know? It wouldn't be a modern Halo launch without some kind with launch without launch problems, sadly. But hey, that's where we are here. A nice little change that you just seen is that the power ups is changed a little bit because in Halo Infinite you would actually hold it, kind of hold it on you, but it would have some kind of animation of you putting it on you. But in Campaign Evolved, it's just instant. Like where as soon as you click the button activate it, it's instant, just right away. So I much prefer that over the whole animation thing that Halo Infinite had because if you get caught while trying to use it, it can really screw you over. So I'm happy to report that they removed that because I wasn't too big of a fan of that personally, just because, again, it could really screw you over when you're trying to use it, especially Overshield, but I digress. So, what other problems I've had? I've actually kind of noticed some micro stutter, but that's Unreal as a whole, because to my complete shock, the optimization is actually pretty decent for an Unreal Engine 5 game. Because if you guys remember, who've been watching this channel for a while over the past few years, you guys will know how concerned I was about optimization when it comes to Halo games when they were being moved to Unreal Engine. So that's why I was so to my relief and surprise, I'm happy to report I'm happy to have been proven wrong about optimization actually being not that bad. I mean, there's some micro stutters here and there, but overall, at least on my high end PC, the performance has been rock solid because I'm actually running the game at ultra settings across the board and using DLSS, and I'm happy to report it's looking really good. Now there was some weird changes that they did, like for instance, you had to exit borderless full screen to change the resolution of it. Why is that a thing? I don't know, which was kind of weird, but okay. There was a whole bunch of accessibility, like where you can disable like the HUD markers. I personally like. Why do they highlight the last few enemies in the room? That's kind of a weird one. And also the whole Cortana thing, like where she would tell you everything, which I'm like, that's a pet peeve I have with modern game as a whole. Another one because we don't need our handheld, mate. Like I'm old enough, I've played video games long enough to know I can figure things out on my own, especially Halo. You know what I mean? But I get it. They were trying to. This was more so aimed for a new generation of potential Halo fans, especially on PlayStation. I get it, but it's just annoying. It really is. I wish you could turn that off because that's kind of annoying, but you can't. But I digress. So I don't really have too many issues so far, besides the ones I've made very vocal in previous videos, like the whole sprint thing. But what's funny is they accounted for that. It's like that's like literally where you can find the first skull, literally as soon as you boot up the game on Pillar of Autumn. Like it's so easy to find. So, which is kind of crazy. So, I mean, they did the same thing with with the 60 bullet ammo counter for the assault rifle. I've gotten both skulls after I recorded this footage, so I already have them all. So, which is pretty nice. So there, I guess, good work on Halo Studios. I also have 7 terminals out of what, the 13, because there's 13 missions. So I still got some bit to go. I've only got like what, like 10 skulls, I think, out of the 42. So I still got a while to go. But I've mostly been playing through the missions, kind of clearing them like I usually do. Then I'll go back and get all the skulls if I don't find it. If I don't find them. So that's why I've kind of always done with every single Halo game in the franchise. So that's because I do my first playthrough on normal, then I do legendary afterwards. Now, for moving on. So this is the space combat from mission 3, I believe it is, of the prequel campaign. Quick thoughts on the prequel campaign? I like it. It has some really good ideas. I mean, the writing, I'll admit, can be hit or miss, but I'll go into further into that in my review of this whole package. I'm debating whether doing specific reviews on, main campaign and the prequels, or putting it all into one giant review, you know. But probably I might just go do that route, the whole 2 separate ones. But I'm still debating it. But we'll see what happens. So I'll come to that decision like when I'm fully done with everything. So So overall verdict on the gameplay, it's really good. Like, I'm very happy to report that I've been having a heck of a time with this remake. So I've been really enjoying it a hell of a lot more than I did Combat Evolved Anniversary. So that is definitely a good sign in my opinion. So that's all I got to say on this one. So, and just look at that gorgeous night sky view behind me. It's beautiful. That's all I'll say. This is one of the prettiest, shooters in a while, outside of, Doom the Dark Ages that I've seen lately. Because this game is absolutely gorgeous. It really freaking is. Like, the environmental artists, graphic designers at Halo Studios and Abstraction Studios, they killed it. Props to everybody involved, because, like, this game is beautiful. There's nothing more I can say about it. But, that's all I gotta say on this one. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments section below. And if you like this video, hit the like button, and I'll stay tuned. We're gonna be doing more videos on Campaign Evolved, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, have a good one.